I'm on my way to my parents' condo, and I'm going to be sneaking in with all my tools that I have in the back of this car, and I'm going to surprise my parents with a brand new kitchen today. Plan is to install the entire kitchen, all the cabinets that need to be installed, and just get it to where it's pretty much done, so that when they come back home from their trip, I'll probably end up picking them up from the airport, and then what I'll do is I will take them back to their house, and then I'll walk in with them to the house, and hopefully it's a pleasant surprise. And hopefully they don't catch on. That's what I'm doing today. Gonna go install this kitchen, all these cabinets, and get this kitchen done for them because they deserve it. So let's get it done, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it done. All right, made it into the house. So one thing I had to figure out real quick was that they have a Ring camera, and then they also have an automatic door lock. So I had to send them a text. Basically what I ended up telling them, I was like, hey, I got this material. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go drop this off at the house. When I went up to the camera, I went up without any tools initially. Once I got up to the house, I covered the camera up so they didn't see me, and then I left the door basically unlocked. That solved that issue. So after I got into the house, I had to really assess the situation here. Pulled up a YouTube video of how to install kitchen cabinets, see if there's anything that I was missing. And of course, there's always something that you're missing, and there's always going to be a Home Depot run somewhere in between, right? I went to Home Depot. I got what I needed. I got some shims. I got a drill bit. I got some cabinet screws, obviously some Red Bull, some Paydays. That's my go-to candy bar right there. Shout out to Payday. That was essentially what I got that initial time. One thing that I did forget were some shorter cabinet screws that would have been way more helpful, and I actually had to end up taking out other screws to use the shorter ones after I went to Home Depot. So got all that done and then started installing the cabinets. So then I got all my tools out. Needed a level, got my tool belt, drill, impact drill, and then in general these cabinets were pretty easy. I mean, they were straightforward to install. The thing that made it super convenient was that they had these legs that were adjustable on the bottom end, so that was really nice actually. I put all the bottoms in first and got those all set. Once I go through this, I kind of have to go back and adjust a couple things, but it is what it is. So I put this little strip of 1x on the wall to hold up these cabinets, and that was super helpful in order to stabilize it while it was on the wall, especially since I was doing this on my own. I put all the cabinets in. The next day I had to come back because I wasn't done, so I asked my brother to come help me. He came and helped me out, and this freaking cabinet over the refrigerator was a behemoth. It was so heavy, so awkward, but we got it in, thank God. After that, I had to do some adjustments with some paneling, some leveling. I had to, figure out some of these doors that were not properly opening and closing, so I had to drop some of the cabinets down. But at the end of the day, I got everything installed, and it all worked out. One thing though, my brother comes the next day to help me, and he was like, yeah, I think mom definitely knows. I'm like, how the freak does she know? And he's like, yeah, I told her that you were over there doing something. I had to kind of play it off. So what I ended up doing is I sent them a text the day that they were coming back home. I was like, hey, look, I was at the condo. I ended up doing some of the cabinets, but I only got the lower cabinets installed. I was like, I just didn't have the time to do the rest of them. I might be able to come back later on in the week. And then my dad texts back, and he was already super happy, just the fact that the 3 bottom cabinets were in, which I thought was really funny. So anyways, I think I played it off well enough for them to have a low expectation that it's not done, but it started. So then they would still be somewhat surprised once it was all finished. I cleaned everything up, wiped it down, made sure all the interior of the cabinets were undusted, all the sawdust was out of the house, and then this was the kitchen. This thing turned out a lot better than I expected. And then once I was done, I just booked it out of there, put the batteries back in the camera, put the batteries back in the door, and then I tried to just run away as fast as I could so that it didn't catch me on camera, leaving in my truck with all the tools. I am headed to pick up my parents. It's 12 in the morning. Their flight got delayed, so getting in later than I expected, but about to grab them. Then I'm gonna take them over to their condo, and they're gonna see what the deal is.
Tramposo. Wow.
It's done. Happy birthday.
Oh, wow. Damn. Wow.
All right, guys, we did it. Just surprised my parents with the brand new kitchen. My dad genuinely did not believe it. Didn't expect it, so that was sick. And then I think my mom was also surprised as well. They said they were super happy, super grateful for it, and couldn't believe it. So happy that's done. Glad that kitchen's installed, and now they're gonna be able to enjoy it and not have crap all over the condo. So it'll be good. It's good for everyone because now we can come over to mom and dad's place, hang out without it feeling a little chaotic. Love you, mom and dad. Thanks for everything you do, and I hope you enjoy your new kitchen.